Hey, and welcome to another episode of Ragcom. We're going live for because we can. We're going live early because we can. But we've got a great panel assembled with me here. Here for the first time. You've seen him so many times in the comments. He's actually on screen now. It's Brian Nussbaum. I don't know if I'm announcing it. How are you going?
Yep. Doing good. Thanks for letting me be part of the panel. Huge shout out to John.
It's all good. Next up is Brooklyn. Brooklyn, how's it going?
It's going good. Very excited to talk Elton John. May have done this before in like a dark jukebox playlist at 3 in the morning with some panelists, maybe about a year ago. But I'm excited. This is a very tough list, so I imagine there's going to be some heated conversations throughout the night.
Also, here we've got Andrew. Andrew, how's it going?
Hey, doing well. Just taking everything one day at a time, and hopefully, yeah, and hopefully one day, if it comes soon enough, we'll step into Christmas.
And last but not least, he may have lost his beard now, but he's still got a moustache. Is Doug?
What's up, everybody? I'm just the show for my faction. I like it. The Kingsman. I got all my gear today. It's not a trivia match, so I'm not trying to show it off. But there's something right here, and something that I'm drinking out of. I'm ready for some Elton John, guys.
But how this works is we each go around and nominate an Elton John song we think belongs on a top 12 list, and then at the end we will rank what makes up. I'll get more into that near the end, but to kick things off, I'm going to go to Doug first. Doug, what's the first Elton John song you're going to bring up?
Cool. First one that I'm going to bring up is Tiny Dancer. There's no Elton John there's no Elton John song list that this doesn't make the list. It's an iconic song for a reason. It's just beautifully performed. It's been covered by dozens, if not hundreds, of popular artists. It's honestly just an amazing song. It's one of my favorite songs of his. So, yeah, Tiny Dancer.
Brian, what do you say about Tiny Dancer? Brian?
Oh, I gotta explain.
Yeah, well, so was that a yes?
Can I come back in?
Yep.
Yeah, hop back in.
And then you hop back in.
And then
You shake it all about.
Can you hear me, Brian?
No.
While we wait for Brian to sort himself out, Brooklyn, what do you say about Tiny Dancer?
Tiny Dancer is a hell fucking yeah. It's so interesting because when you think about it, from a non-musical perspective, there's violins, there's steel guitar, there's piano. Three things that don't necessarily they come almost from separate genres and the way that they're performed, but they just work so well together. So this needs to be in the top 12.
And with that, Tiny Dancer. Wait, no, not yet. Andrew, what do you say about Tiny Dancer?
Okay, here's my thing about Tiny Dancer. I love Tiny Dancer, but I think there are better Elton John songs out there. However, I'm still going to say yes. I'm still saying yes.
So I
you
believe
live in the same state as me.
It's a little overrated.
I believe
it's a little over. Just a height. Just like a tad. Just a tad. It's still one of his top 12, I will admit. But just a tad.
Andrew, I want to remind you that we've only been live for 4 minutes and 46 seconds.
This is true. We have.
but that tiny dancer this time actually does make the list. I would have said yes as well. But we'll continue going for now, and if Brian drops back in, which he has done now. Brooklyn, what's the next song you're going to bring up?
Okay, let's get another obvious one out of the way. Let's go with your song. It is a little bit funny. These feelings inside. I hope you don't mind. If I wrote down in the words how wonderful your life is while you're in the world. Like it's one of the better love songs. Elton John has such a plethora of songs of singles. Like you could probably do a top 20 list of just singles. Like of just songs that were on the radio, and this is an S tier one in my humble opinion.
What you cut out a little bit? What was the song?
Your song.
Your song. Andrew, what do you say about your song?
This is an easy yes for me. This is probably one of the best crafted songs, but in its sense of minimalism too. The production on this is so perfect, except for this one little thing, but that's for something else. Hell yeah.
Brian, what do you say about your song?
I'm going to give it hell yes. It's number 6 on my list. It's also Elton John's favorite song he ever written.
And with that, your song does make the list. I also would have said yes to this. Doug, what would you have said?
Listen. If I was a sculpture, better yet, no. It's an absolute yes. I love the song.
But Andrew, what's the next song you're going to bring up?
All right. Let's go with. All right. I'm going to save some of the obvious ones for later, because there are some that I really want to get on this board. I'm going to go with "Leave On." "Leave On" is probably the best produced Elton John song, and it's some of Bernie Taupin's smartest lyrics. And let's be honest, you can't have Elton John without talking about Bernie Taupin as the lyricist. "He shall believe on" is such a great wordplay when it comes to lyrics. I think this is some of Bernie Taupin's best work, some of Elton John's best work. I'm going with "Leave On."
Brian, what do you say about "Leave On"?
I'm going to like no, not because I don't like it, but I think it's better at the John songs.
And we're also going to be joined by Cameron, who's going to be joining us.
Buongiorno.
Oh my god!
Oh, hey. Oh wow! Cameron has appeared. Andrew, I choose you. Use mustache.
Surprise.
It's a fellow Kingsman.
Oh,
I believe his name is right here on the shirt if you want to take a look at it.
But Cameron, "Leave On" is on the table. What do you say about it?
It's good. It is really good, and I really like it. But I think I don't know if it's top 12, so I'm gonna say no.
This is one that I think someone used it in a debate that I was in for Dance Off. So I listened to it specifically for the hits, and I really do love this song now that I've actually listened to it a few times. So I'm saying yes. Doug, what do you say about "Leave On"?
But the question is, do we leave it on the list or leave it off the list?
see Bernie Taupin's writing. Click into it.
I do like this song. But the question is, do I like it more than a few other songs that I know are going to be clearly added on?
You hear those opening piano keys, you know exactly what song it is.
I'm gonna give it a slight yes.
It's all down to you, Brooklyn.
Well, let me preface by saying this. In terms of casual Elton John fans, this is a really underrated song. For the Elton John lovers, I think this is properly rated. I think this is in the upper echelon of his songs. But yeah, for casual, like, yeah, listen to Elton John fans, they need to listen to this song more because this song is great. It's really good. It's probably one of the better examples of Elton John's vocal range. And like Andrew said, Freddie Topin's lyricism slaps.
Sounds like a yes to me.
That is a yes.
Yeah, we're moving through already. Guys, we haven't turned out a song yet.
Oh, don't you wait.
But Cameron, it's I know you've just literally been thrown in here, but
That's fine. I know what my first pick is going to be because it's my favorite Elton John song. I am picking a different Elton John song, also named after a person. I'm picking Daniel. I think it's beautiful. It's just so simple, where it's just like him singing with the piano. It's emotional, but it's still easy to listen to. It's just so good.
But Brian, what do you say about Daniel? I don't know if he's frozen, but I'll just jump ahead for now. It's a yes to Daniel. I really like this song. Doug, what do you say about Daniel?
So, yeah, I love Daniel, and proving that I've had my Spotify been going through every song that everybody's been nominating, and it reminds me of why I like this song. It's just a really simple melodic song that's just really beautiful to listen to, and yeah, it's a yes.
Brooklyn, what do you say about Daniel?
If we were doing a top 20 or a top 25, absolutely. But in terms of like top 12, I don't think so. Daniel didn't even make my short list of songs to nominate, which is surprising because I do agree that it is it's a good song. It is simple, but I think there was a song in particular that he would do later in his career that sort of has the same simplicity, but has a much more impactful message. So it's gonna be a hard no.
Andrew, it comes down to you.
Gee, thanks. Okay, this is on my short list. And this is honestly one of my favorite Elton John songs to sing to. Like the vocal melody in this song.
Oh yeah,
it's so good. It's so. I'm trying to think of the word. I can't think of the word, but it's so pleasant, and the lyrics actually are a lot deeper and sadder than you kind of make them out to be on your first listen for it. Top 10 though is the question.
top 12.
Top 12.
That is true. That is.
There's room in those extra two. You know there is.
That's what she said.
We only have 3 so far. I'll allow it.
Goodness. Also, if you've never listened to the Sam Smith cover of it, do yourself a favor, listen to Sam Smith's cover of Daniel. It's incredible.
We'll see.
But
Yeah, Garth, it was the first one picked.
But with that, it comes round to me. And I'm going to bring up. I'll throw this one out. I mean, it's an obvious pick, but it's Rocket Man. I'm not letting this fall into the same trap Piano Man did. But yeah, Rocket Man is a really good song, and this is one that deserves to be on a top 12 list. But Doug, what do you say about Rocket Man?
It was the name of his fantasy autobiography. That's a big yes for me. Plus, that scene's very beautiful in that movie.
But Brooklyn, what do you say about Rocket Man?
Yeah, so the film, the song that's named after my favorite film of 2019 and my second favorite film of the decade. Yeah, this gets a hell yeah. Rocket Man is probably like the closest thing in terms of single wise that he would get to like Bohemian Rhapsody in terms of just like moving parts. Like you get to like the synthy sort of space vibes, and again into the chorus. It's very folk rock anthemic like. I would even consider this on the top on the rock anthems panel, which a couple of you monkeys did not put Rocket Man on. So to each their own. But yeah, it's a hell yeah.
I'm not going to go there.
Andrew, what would you have said about Rocket Man?
Oh, so it's already in?
Doug said yes, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, so it's already in. I'm going to be honest, this one would have been tough for me. Because Elton John's got so many great songs. And I think Rocket Man is a great song. However, I think that there are 12 songs that are better.
Oof.
So I might have said no. I might have said yes. I don't know.
That comment's a yikes for me, dog.
And Cameron, what would you have said about Rocket Man?
It would have been a yes, but it is not it's not the top of my list. I would say I'm closer to Bar than I am to everyone else where I think it's good, and I think it deserves to be in the top 12, if for nothing more than how iconic it is, but I do not think it's his best song.
Which means we go back to Doug.
All right, guys. I'm just going to give you a few bars of this song, and if you can guess what it is, I'm going to put it up. Bun, bun, bum, bum, bun, bun. As Andrew's playing along to it. Yeah, I'm putting up Benny and the Jets, guys. This is probably my favorite, it's very much like a merry-go-round style song. It has the, to describe the song, it's like, I think Bernie said it's like futuristic rock and roll band of like asteroid something, but like it's really that like beyond sound, and it for me it kind of encompasses his career as well. I think it's one of my favorite bouncy songs that he's ever done. I called it a bouncy song. I like it. Benny and the Jets, guys.
Brooklyn, what do you say about Benny and the Jets?
Yeah, Benny and the Jets is another solid yes. Probably my favorite song from Rocket Man. I really like how they really play with like the sort of the psychedelic nature of it, and how it can sort of just get out there and loopy. But I agree. It's bouncy. Like it's weird with just a piano. You can bop your head to the song, and normally you would need like drums or like a bass or a guitar, but it's just weird. It works so well given how little is in it.
And Andrew, what do you say about Benny and the Jets?
Don't you do it. Don't you. I need to go get a drink.
It's gone through overplay for me. I heard it. I have heard it every day at work, and the cracks kind of started showing. Did you know that Elton John didn't want to release that song as a single? He thought it wasn't original enough. And it really wasn't until they added the audience sound to it that it really started to click for him. It's a great song. but I'm gonna say no.
Cameron, what do you say about Benny and the Jets?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. The version of Benny and the Jets from the movie Rocket Man is better than the original.
Yikes.
And here's my thing.
Oh, okay.
Because
that's
to
like-
me the original is like too slow, and like it's not like upbeat, and like it's fine to not be upbeat with Elton John, but it's like it's in this weird middle ground where it's not upbeat enough, but it's also not slow enough to me.
Paul's comment is how I'm feeling right now.
Oh well. I'm gonna say no.
Oh no.
It falls down to me.
Yeah.
But one of my favourite lyrics is from this song. She's got electric boobs and a mohawk suit. But
I didn't need to know that.
I also really love this. I also really love this song. So it was a yes.
Okay.
But it goes back to Brooklyn.
All right, we're gonna start to dive into the deep end touch here, and I'm going with this song because I love my mother more than I love Cody Newberry. We're gonna go with, and we're gonna go to Elton John's favorite, probably his best, his best Christmas song, "Step Into Christmas." I used to hate this song as a child. I used to think the song was incredibly overrated and overplayed, and then as a grown man, as I got married and started to enjoy my family and my in-laws, I smartened up and realized this song is great. This is not like deep in terms of lyricism, and like musically, it's doing things that are pretty straightforward, but its flawless execution is why it ranks so high, and it's just so goddamn fun.
Andrew, what do you say about Step Into Christmas?
Oh, you had to make this hard for me, Brooklyn. I think this is one of the most underrated Christmas songs ever made. And it's so much fun. But if we're talking his top 12 songs of all time, I think this just falls short. So I'm going to say no, even though I love this song.
Cameron, what do you say about Step Into Christmas?
You know, I like this. I think it's a fun song, but we have 6 spots, and I have more than 6 songs that I think are better than this one. Maybe if Benny and the Jets didn't make it, this would be a different conversation.
You shush right now.
Cameron used salt. It's somewhat effective.
I love this song as a Christmas song. I think it did get onto our Christmas songs list when we did it back in the day, because I remember you bringing it up. But for top 12 all-time Elton songs, I think this is just outside of the top 12 for me, so I'm going to say no. Doug, what would you have said?
Man, I can listen to this song. I love this song. Listen, I'm an Elton John shill, so just so y'all know. But it would have been a yes for me. I like this song a lot.
Andrew, we go back to you.
Okay. Let's talk about one of Elton John's most underrated songs.
No.
Yes. Let's talk about Something About the Way You Look Tonight. This is one of Elton John's best vocal performances. This is some of his grandest music. This is just a powerhouse of a song, and I think that it doesn't get the love that it does. But I genuinely think this is one of the best songs that Elton John has ever put to disc. It is so good, and I think that it genuinely deserves to be on this list.
Cameron, what do you say about the way you look tonight?
That's a great question. Let me listen to it, and I will get back to you.
I'll go next. The way you look tonight is a great song, and I really love it. And I don't have a problem saying yes to it. Doug, what do you say about the way you look tonight?
Oh no, I'm listening to something better. I'm just playing.
Wow.
Ouch.
Ouch.
I'm just playing. Even though you shot down my Benny and the Jets, I do love this song. And yeah, I'll give this song a yes.
Brooklyn, what would you have said?
I think if Daniel didn't get on, I would be saying yes. But because Daniel get on, that put other songs a little higher on my priority list. So it's going to be a slight no. Although I do agree with you that this is a very underrated song.
Cameron, what would you have said?
Okay, so just listen to the first minute of the song. Probably would have been a no.
Listen to the full song when you have time.
Yeah, I will. Also, for the record, the song's full title is Something About the Way You Look Tonight.
Yeah.
Malcolm in the chat.
I'm looking pretty good tonight. Thanks, Malcolm, for asking.
Anyway, Cameron, what's your next song?
Yeah, man, I've got... Okay. These are all good, but which one deserves it the most? Okay. Well, I've read some books, and I've read some magazines, and almost all of them would say that Honky Cat is one of the best Elton John songs. It's fun. The piano is just like in power of it. The way his voice is specifically in the line of I've read some books and read some magazines. The way he just like says that one line specifically gets me every time with how just like kind of ridiculous it is. And I love it. Honky Cat.
Honky Cat is on the table. Doug, what do you say about it?
I love how you skipped yourself and went to me. Okay. I'm not a big fan of this song. I like something a little bit more that he's done before. I like Honky Cat. I just don't love it. I don't think it's one of his top 12.
Brooklyn, what do you say about Honky Cat?
Yeah, I would this is a yes for me. I would disagree in that the piano is sort of the driving thing. I really think the drums, which is surprising for an Elton John song, the drums really sort of carry this and it's sort of the backbone. But yeah, and the piano is sort of like the melodic, like it's sort of like the icing on the cake. It just makes the song extra great. But I would also recommend listening to Leanne Womack's cover of Honky Cat on the Restoration album. It is I wouldn't say it's a bopper, but it's really good.
Yeah, Honky Cat is one that I love. The reason I skip myself is just so I can sort of refresh myself with the song again, just sort of see on how I feel about it. But it wasn't the first one that sort of came to mind when I was making this list. But I love it. I don't mind giving it a yes. Andrew, what do you say about Honky Cat?
We would be disappointing those class ladies if we said no. So the answer is a hell yes.
And with that, I believe Honky Cat makes the list.
Yeah.
So we're at 8. We got 4 left, guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is like one of the quickest Ragam episodes ever.
This is where it's about to get bloody, though.
Yeah, this 2 hours later.
Yikes.
Doug Cameron and I know all about 2 hour Ragams.
I'm just gonna say yes to everything at that point.
I'm pretty sure next week might be a more big of a bloodbath.
Possibly.
6 seasons,
But,
24 episodes per season.
Can't hear you,
Oh.
Cameron. You're muted.
22, Doug, 121 episodes in total.
But
22,
guys,
22, 22, 22, 20, 13.
but guys, those soundtracks are quick listens. You can just fly through those 140 songs.
141, Brooklyn.
Of course it is.
Just for one season.
Nerd.
What?
Dumbass.
Anyway, it's back to me, and I'm going to take a risk on this one because this is a relatively new song of his, but I think it's a really good song. I'm going for "I'm Gonna Love Me Again" from Rocket Man. This is, and I'm pretty sure if I remember rightly, this is it's going to be his last original song. It's going to, right, because I think he's retiring from everything. So, and this was a great song. And this showed that Elton still has it. It was really performed this at the Oscars. Like, he had the same emotion he's always had. It's clear that he loves the music. So I think "I'm Gonna Love Me Again" is a good song. I think it belongs here. Doug, what do you say about "I'm Gonna Love Me Again"?
All right, so that last statement that I made was a lie. I like this song. I don't think it's one of his best songs. It's a super solid song. I mean, he came back and wrote it for the movie. You know, I think him and Bernie did a great job on it. Got Bernie his Oscar. You know, got him an Oscar. I just don't. It's not my favorite.
Brooklyn, what do you say about "I'm Gonna Love Me Again"?
It's weird because even whenever it got nominated for Best Original Song, I was okay with it losing because I didn't think it was like that great. It was sort of just like hey, Elton John's ending his career. Rocket Man came out. Let's give him the Oscar. I think there's actually a couple of better ones. Yeah, top 30 maybe, but top 12. It's got to age a little more, and just to see like where it would rank. Just too new, I think, in my opinion.
Andrew, what do you say about "I'm Gonna Love Me Again"?
I really like this song. However, I think Elton John's released better music in the latter end of his career. There are some songs off of "Wonderful Crazy Night" that are actually a lot better than this one. So if I'm going to go with a latter Elton John song, it probably wouldn't be this one. So because of that, I'm going to say no.
And also, a slight fact check, Brooklyn. It actually did win the Oscar for original song.
Well, yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm saying, yeah, I know that it did, but I think what I'm saying is that there are ones that there are other nominations that I think that should have got it over.
I agree with Brooklyn.
Cameron, you're a good man.
There's the song about a spork trying to kill
That's not
himself.
the one. I couldn't let you.
That's
I
not
couldn't
the
let you. I couldn't let you throw yourself away.
But with that, "I'm Gonna Love Me Again" does not make the list. Cameron, what would you have said?
Yeah, it would have been a no from me. I think this song is good. I don't think it's great. Stand Up should have won the Oscar for Best Original Song this year. Hey, let me love my Cynthia Erivo.
You mean Glory 3.0?
Correct. Let me enjoy choir and layered vocals.
You don't get quiet vocals.
Choir.
Choir vocals. You get one of those nominated every year. It is the staple pick. It is the staple nomination.
Hey, fine, give it to Lost in the Woods from Frozen 2.
All right, that's fine.
Next.
Anyway, Doug, what's the next song going to bring up?
All right, so I'm really tossed up between 3 songs. Because I don't know if we'll make it around to me again. But you know what? I'm gonna go for it because it's one of my favorite ballads of his, like of all time. And it's "Goodbye Yellow Brick Road." I think this is a very beautiful song. Bernie just like laid his heart out on this track. Like every lyric that he wrote meant something about his childhood and the disillusion of what it is to be an adult and be rich and famous. I think this is probably like my 2 or 3 of his. So it always switches back and forth between 3 songs, but this is right in there.
But Brooklyn, what do you say about Goodbye Yellow Brick Road?
I think Doug and I are on the agree train here. Yeah, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road is great. I love it. I love the way that it was used in Rocket Man. They sort of changed up the way that it was arranged in the beginning. It's given it more like a orchestral sort of slowed down vibe, and I thought that was really really clever and smart. But yeah, I think this is one of Bernie Taupin's best in terms of like storytelling. And again, similar to Rocket or whichever one had the great vocal range. This is another great example of where Elton can go vocally.
Andrew, what do you say about Goodbye Yellow Brick Road?
There's a reason this is Bernie Taupin's favorite song that he ever wrote. It's because it's one of the best songs that he ever wrote. And there's a reason why it's the only song that his character sings in the movie, because it's so deep and personal with him, and that deep personal emotional attachment rings loud and clear through Elton's vocals. This is easily one of his best songs. It's the hell yes from me.
And with that, it makes a list. Cameron, what would you have said?
Yes, obviously, it's incredible. Yes, it's one of the ones that I had written down when I made a short list while this show was happening and I was on the screen.
First, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road.
Legit, the first one I wrote down. Because I didn't have time to write down Daniel because I immediately had to bring it up.
But yeah, it would have been a yes
Not
for
yet,
me
Star
as well.
Trek.
I love
Thank God
Goodbye
somebody
Yellow
just
Brick
said that.
Road. But
Brooklyn, I think you're kind of obligated to do it now.
What happened here?
You might want to look at the live comments and then be obligated to do that.
Is it on me now? No.
Yeah.
No.
Malcolm, it's your
No.
show. Make Brooklyn do it.
You want me to nominate? I'm still standing.
It's the thing.
I mean, if Brooklyn feels it belongs on the list, he's allowed to nominate it. If he
No,
doesn't, he
because
can nominate what he wants.
No, because there's an era, I guess, of Elton John's that we really need to put on this list, and that is his early '90s. And what better way of the early '90s than to go to the soundtrack of The Lion King and The Circle of Life? I don't know what it is in this. I don't know what it is about Elton John's career, but his voice really filled out in that era, and you really feel the power and the gravitas in it, and it's just this is probably one of the ones that I get the most feels. I know there's a toss up between this one and another one that I used to reference frequently all the time, but yeah, I'm gonna go Circle of Life.
Andrew, what do you say about Circle of Life?
Oh, damn you. If I compare it to the movie version, I like the movie version better.
I mean the movie version is better, but it's like that doesn't take away from the Elton John song.
Right, but
it's like having bacon, but say Canadian back bacon is better. That doesn't deter from the quality of bacon.
Canadian bacon's not that good.
Andrew, what time is it? What time is this?
Hammer time.
No, it is time to go back to bed. Tea from jammies. You can watch one episode of Julie Andrews' Green Room, and you go back to bed.
I'm gonna say no.
Cameron, what do you say about Circle of Life?
I'm gonna be flat out honest. I don't really like the Elton John only version of this song. Well, I think part of it is because like it is impossible to remove it from the movie version, and the movie version is just so good that this one can't live up to that. So it's a no from me.
You picked the wrong song from the movie, boy.
Now, I like Circle of Life. I also like the other one that could have come up from this movie.
There's technically two, but yeah.
Well, I mean, the ones that they're in my head. But anyway, I'm going to say yes to Circle of Life and throw it to Doug.
Thanks. Listen, this song, whether you like the movie version or the Elton John version, it's still an iconic song. It encompasses the entire movie, and it tells you the story of the entire movie. And it's also beneficial to understanding life and death and everything else around us. I mean, I think it was a great way to teach younger people how to understand life and death. Don't you say it. Anakin lost twice. He lost because he didn't have the high ground twice, okay? It's not anybody's fault. It's just how the world works.
But that's more of Jim Rice's lyrics.
Yeah, I will give Circle of Life. I like the song. You can look at me all that way that you want. I really like the song, regardless of if it's in the movie or not. Cody Newberry, we got you, buddy.
I like the song. It's just, man, this is not in his top 12 best.
And Daniel is?
Yes.
Daniel is?
Yes.
Andrew, what do you say to your next song?
Okay, so what? We have 9 or 10?
That's 10, so that means we can't get everything I want on this list.
Jesus. Oh my god.
I had 3 more things left on my tiny short list, and you ruined it.
I have a lot of songs on my tiny short list.
Really, guys?
Again, I had the time to write down 5 songs.
My short list, I don't know. We've hit most of my list.
Same.
Good for you.
I mean, unless Andrew doesn't put up this song as his next song.
Let's. Do I want to shoot my shot now? Because there's only 2 spots left, is the question. Because there's one.
I mean, this could be.
I was gonna say you might not have another chance.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna shoot my shot now. There's one song that I don't think a lot of people are gonna know, but I think it's one of the best deep cuts in Elton John's career. It's called "I've Seen That Movie Too," off of "Goodbye Yellow Brick Road." So I'll talk so everyone gets a little chance to listen to it. But this is "I've Seen That Movie Too" is one of the most impressively produced songs in Elton's career. And his vocal performance in this is actually it's electric. It's this great song about like this relationship and just going, I've seen this movie too. I know where this is heading. And then there's towards the bridge, there's that warped guitar. It's almost sounds like it's being played backwards. And it's just building the dynamic of the song and the spirit of the song and the emotion of the song, and it's building and building and building, and that guitar is just the perfect encapsulation of all of the emotions being built in this song, and it's just a powerful, magnetic piece that I don't think enough people talk about, but it is such an impressive song in his catalog that does not get talked enough about. So even if it doesn't make the list, which I think it should, I need to bring it up so more people listen to it. It's called "I've Seen That Movie Too," and I'm gonna throw it out there.
Cameron, what do you say about I've seen that movie too?
Okay, so I just listened to it. No. I don't really have the experience with the song to give much deep commentary on it other than no.
Shot my shot.
Yeah, I think this is I think this is a great song. But there's a couple I want to get on. If this doesn't make it on, then it means I've got a chance to go. So I'm going to do a strategic no. Doug, what do you say?
I dig this song a lot. Yeah, actually, I really like it. Why not? Let's give a Wild Horse a chance. And I'll give it to Brooklyn. Brooklyn, yeah. I'm gonna give this to yes.
So I did a little bit of diving into some more of the deep cuts, and essentially the best way to describe it is like, I guess in terms of like arrangement and musical wise, imagine if Elton John did a version of "One Is the Loneliest Number," but did a lot better version of that. I just like, I'm looking at my short list here, and I don't think that there's. I think I would probably just be dying on a lone hill with a couple of these. And you know what? This is a great song, so I'm going to give it a yes.
Yeah, baby. I'm just happy it's on the list. Like,
Cam looks so
Cameron,
defeated right now. Cam.
what is the next song you're going to bring up?
I had 3 left, and I was like, okay, there's 2 spots. I think I can move one of the 3 out, and now you're making me pick. I don't like this. I don't like this. And it's my turn, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, it is your turn. You have the power.
Yeah, I know. Like, I managed to move one of the 3 out of the way, but now it's still screw it. Yeah, okay. I want to clarify. There's multiple versions of the song I'm picking. I think all of them should be like in consideration, but I'm specifically arguing for the original from 1973 off of Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. I'm picking Candle in the Wind. I think it truly is a beautiful song. And I like the original version better than when they redid it in honor of Princess Diana, because if I'm being honest, old Elton John is better than new Elton John as far as I'm concerned. Specifically, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road Elton John is fantastic. I'm picking Candle in the Wind, and it hurts because I really like the song, but I have to not pick 2 other songs.
Yeah, I love Candle in the Wind, and I'm not gonna lie, I really don't actually notice a lot of difference between this one and the one they redid for Princess Diana, apart from the changing of couple of names. But I mean, I'm not saying trying to say there is a difference, but I love this, and I'm actually gonna go. So I actually will say yes. So everyone else goes. Doug, what do you say about Candle in the Wind?
Somebody's really playing it.
Cameron, we're gonna turn that off. We can't afford the rights.
I thought I had muted myself.
He was listening to it as his final hope.
Yeah.
Garth, man, you are my man, but there is one song
You gotta do it for Garth.
there's one song that we don't have on this list
For the fans.
and I really want to try and get that song on the list. I know I got to go through Malcolm still, but I think that song is probably
it's probably one of the other 2 that I've got written
It probably is. I'm gonna give Candle in the Wind a slight no, unfortunately, because I think there's one song that should be on this list above that.
I think I know where you're going with that.
Brooklyn, what do you say about Candle in the Wind?
All right, let me preface by saying I think this is overrated.
Wow!
I actually like I like Goodbye England's Rose better. Again, for the same reasons, like because for some reason in the '90s, that's when Elton hit his prime vocally, and I do like that performance. In particular, the studio version, it falls into some '80s cliches with some arena rock guitar, and it just like it sort of takes away from everything that he's trying to do with it. It's a good message, but I think there's a few others here that should be a consideration before Candle in the Wind.
So Andrew, it comes down to you.
Oh, I hate you all.
Love you too.
I love this song. It's on my short list, but there's one spot left. And there's a few songs that I would put over it. So as much as I hate to say no, I'm gonna say no. And
This is the most tragic loss that will ever be associated with the song Candle in the Wind.
Yikes! Yikes!
But yeah, Stardrew. Stardrew brings up this one in the chat. He did do a cover of it. It's one of those ones. It was for the movie. And it's
As long as Elton John's involved, it counts. That's the rules.
I would say that. Yep.
My next pick is "Stan" by Eminem.
But I was a bit.
There's a version with Elton John on it.
There is. It's the better version. Wow.
I'll add you to the list. You guys get a fruit basket every Thanksgiving. So,
but anyway, Pimple Wizard is not the one I'm bringing up. I'm bringing up. I'm Still Standing. I really love this song. And it's one that I actually open every time it comes when Bibbs used it in the Schmodown. It's one that I dance to at home in his entrance is playing. But yeah, I get the feeling I know where this is going already. But Doug, what do you say about I'm Still Standing?
This is not the song I was talking about. I do like this song a lot. I think this song means a lot for what he went through and to come out on the other side. I think it's a great song, but I don't think it's better than the one that I have.
Brooklyn.
If we're talking before Rocket Man was released, I would say that this is. I would say that it is overplayed and overvalued. After Rocket Man, I did appreciate it, but the more that I thought about it, I realized that there are at least two better versions of I'm Still Standing as opposed to Elton John's original.
And they're both Taron Egerton in two different movies.
No, it's Taron Egerton and Rocket Man, but it's also, if anybody has talked to me in the last year or so, you would know that I've talked a lot about Pamplemousse. And they do a lot of great covers, and I'm Still Standing is one of them. It's a very good, disco-y kind of like space rock sort of cover. It's really good. But yeah, it's just for those reasons I'm gonna say no.
What was the other movie Taron Egerton did?
Sing.
He was a gorilla, and it was awesome.
Oh, I didn't realize.
I'm being sarcastic, Bar. It's a terrible film.
Oh, thank God.
Although he is good at singing the song, as we've seen.
That is true.
Yeah, I no doubt that. I just didn't know he played the gorilla in Sing, but never mind.
Yep.
Andrew, what do you say about I'm Still Standing?
Taron Egerton is the best part of that terrible, terrible movie. Man, this is another one that was on my short list. This was another one that was on my short list, but I'm looking at my short list, and there are 4 songs that I would prefer Get Over It. So with that, I'm gonna stick the dagger in it. I'm gonna say no. Love the song, but there's just 4 other songs I would rather put on.
Cameron, well, I get a feeling I know where you would have gone anyway. What would you have said about it?
So it's interesting because this is one of the ones that I had on my short list. One of the two I had left on my tiny little list. And then as other people were talking, I remembered a different song that I also wanted on this list. And this was like the one that I was already willing to push away. And then I remembered another one, so I have two more above this, so no.
Maybe if Circle of Life hadn't made the list.
Maybe.
Doug, it goes back to you.
All right, so I think we have a lot of different versions of Elton on here, but I don't think we have a real rock and roll style Elton John.
Okay, which of the two are we getting? Which of the two are we getting?
Which are we getting? Which of the two?
I think if it's either of the two, I'm thinking they're both.
Crocodile Rock is probably my favorite rock and roll version song that he's done. It's a simple song, but it's perfect. It's not the traditional Elton John that we're used to. It's something completely different. And I think it's really great. It's playful, it's up tempo, it's old fashioned rock. You know, it's got that to it, but it's like you start singing that song and you sing till the end with them. Crocodile Rock.
Brooklyn, what do you say about Crocodile Rock?
Doug Castle, Doug the Irishman Castle. You had the red pill, and we'll say you had the good pill and the bad pill, and you took the not necessarily worse pill, but you took the inferior pill. I think you should have. I think you chose poorly. You should have picked the other one, and for that reason, I am going to say no. But it is a sad no because I do enjoy this song.
Andrew, what do you say about Crocodile Rock?
So if you listened to Jam Session, the episode that I was on, you will know that this song has a very, very special place in my heart. It is the song that got me into music. So I cannot turn my back on this song, and I have to say yes.
Cameron, what do you say about Crocodile Rock?
There are two better more rocky Elton John songs that you could have picked, and also when they're doing like the like la 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 la, I don't like that. I find it kind of frustrating and annoying.
But when you see it played on the Muppet TV show,
I've seen the episode of him on the Muppets.
I mean,
when I was a kid, I was raised on two episodes of the Muppets, and it's the Elton John one and the Star Wars one.
yeah. Yep.
But yeah,
they were the only VHSs that my aunt and uncle had.
But yeah, I do remember when Rock was young. I really loved this song. I'm saying yes to Crocodile Rock to finish off this list.
I think Brooklyn and I both have the same two better rock songs in mind.
Honestly,
I'm
I think I
guessing
know
one of them
exactly
Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday Night's All Right and the Bitch is Back.
Yeah.
I still think Crocodile Rock's better than both of those.
Doug, what time is it?
It's time for me to stay up and right after the dark match.
Hey Doug, what day of the week is it? Oh, that's right, Saturday. But you've made it not all right, my friend. Although you've made it very all right for fighting.
I mean, it's Sunday for me. I don't know what you're talking about.
We get it, Malcolm. You're foreign.
But Doug, what honorable mentions did you have?
Oh yeah, Saturday did make my honorable mentions. Mona Lisa and the Mad Hatter, I think, is a great song. Sorry seems to be the hardest word. Is another good one. And Sorry for the Guy, I really like that song too.
Brooklyn, what honorable mentions did you have?
I would agree with Sorry seems to be the hardest word, but I preferred the version that he did with Blue. His original was too slow, and I like the R&B feel that they gave to that one. On my short list, I also had Philadelphia Freedom, Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me, The Blues, I Want Love. which is one of his later ones. I think is really underrated, and I think it's straightforward and simplistic and executed flawlessly. And then my deep cut would have been "Someone Saved My Life."
Good song.
And on Crocodile Rock, Kansas Viking, I believe, is Peter. Says this in the chat once.
Oh, no, Jesus.
Insane. Is this man younger than I am?
I'm pretty
Do
sure
those
I'm
people
gonna-
exist?
Say yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think he might be actually around your age. I'm not too sure, but Andrew, what honorable mentions did you have?
Someone Saved My Life Tonight is definitely an honorable mention. If I had said no to Crocodile Rock and that was the next one, that would have been a hard yes for me. Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting, The Bitch Is Back, I agree, are two great rock songs. I think we're forgetting for Funeral for a Friend / Love Lies Bleeding is probably the best opening to an Elton John album ever. Sorry seems to be the hardest word, and two songs that I don't think get talked about enough. I didn't think that they would make this list, but Nikita and This Train Don't Stop There Anymore are two dope songs that just don't get talked about enough from Elton John.
But Cameron, I know you what two songs you had, but is there any other ones that you really like you haven't actually written down?
Yeah. Stand by Eminem featuring Elton John. That's the list. I'm frustrated.
I want my Snickers bar now.
One more that we forgot. Don't Go Breaking My Heart.
No, you're wrong.
I think that would have been a bottom feeder just because it's really a duet, and
Elton John's great in it, but
It is a honorable mention.
It was one of the ones I was going to mention for my honorable mentions, which I hadn't got around to saying yet.
well, as a great grandfather used to say, "Wish in one hand, shit in the other."
But yeah, I mean, Don't Go Breaking My Heart was one that.
Uh-oh, did we lose Malcolm?
hi, Doug.
Is back in Pinball Wizard on mine as well.
There we go.
But yeah,
I thought we had all just paused because Doug was humming and singing.
It's Elton John. I can't help it. Sorry.
Oh yeah, sorry. One thing I did forget to mention: sad songs say so much.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
but just to recap the 12 that we have on the list, got Tiny Dancer, we've got Your Song, got Levon, we've got Daniel, we've got Rocket Man, got Benny and the Jets, we've got Something About the Way You Look Tonight, we've got Honky Cat, we've got Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, Circle Life, I've seen that movie too, and Crocodile Rock. So we all write what we want to be at number 12 on the list, which a lot of people already have. But Doug, what do you have?
I've seen that movie too.
Brooklyn,
Daniel.
Andrew.
This was really hard to pick, actually. So, Daniel.
Cameron.
I put something about the way you look tonight, but I'd be willing to change my vote right now.
I mean, you may not have to, but you will have to choose between I've seen that movie too or Daniel's.
Guess which one I'm picking? Probably not the one I put on the list. I've seen that movie too, number 12.
It's on the list. I'm happy. I'm happy that it's recognized.
Look, it was one of the two I was going to write down, so...
And if you haven't heard that song, check it out all the way through. It is a fantastic song.
Don't go breaking my heart.
I couldn't if I tried.
Oh man, I love Chicken Little.
Chicken Little is great, and you know it.
Brooklyn. I was the target demographic for that movie when it came out. Of course, I love it.
Little slip.
Brooklyn, what do you have for 11?
I wonder if
We're
it's
gonna
still
go back
Daniel.
to some old Rankum traditions. How a boost Daniel.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's frozen.
Andrew, why don't you go?
Yeah, why don't I go? How about Daniel?
Cameron.
How about something about the way you look tonight?
This is probably going to be a hot take, but I said Circle of Life. Doug.
Bed.
It's not a hot take.
Daniel,
Trash.
It hurts.
you haven't liked any of my takes.
But Daniel is going to be
Not true.
11.
That's not true.
You know what? I'm going rogue here.
Oh no, you're not. No, you're not.
No, I'm not going crazy.
No, you're not. Don't switch.
I'm switching.
You suck.
Could there be some dissension between the Kingsman tonight?
There already has, because he's mad about the two that I put.
Yeah.
That's why I hear that Caleb usually takes people out for ice cream just to help settle their differences and get them back at friends again.
Coho has seen how frustrated I've been throughout today. It's been a wild day.
Andrew.
Circle of Life.
Yikes!
Cameron.
Yikes! You did it too?
Circle of Life.
Yikes!
Doug.
Something about the way you look tonight.
Brooklyn.
Should have been something about the way he looks right there, eh?
I mean, I love Can You Feel the Love better.
Honestly, if I had to pick one of his songs from that soundtrack, I'd take his cover of I Just Can't Wait to Be King.
Andrew, you break him a heart.
You best not go doing that.
You would disturb me.
You know everyone's favorite Elton John song, You Best Not Go Breaking My Heart.
Now it's split between two. Oh God. Oh.
You know what to put. You know what to put.
God. Oh, good. It's not the one that I put on the list, Doug.
To quote Miles Teller in Whiplash, I'm upset.
So you do know the difference.
Cameron, what do you have for 9?
Something about the way you look tonight.
I knew it.
I've got something about the way you look tonight.
New-
Doug.
Something about the way you look tonight.
Brooklyn.
It's really something about the way you fucking look tonight, eh?
Andrew.
I got it into the top 10. Okay, fine. Crocodile Rock. There's something about the way you look tonight.
Oh, thank you.
You're
You know,
welcome.
I got my hair did. I showered.
And I noticed.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
You fancy, huh? You fancy, huh? Let's do a Drake episode, guys.
No.
No.
Top 10 Degrassi episodes. Let's go.
Yes!
No.
Yes!
Top 10 Degrassi characters.
Yes!
And
Jimmy
why are
in the wheelchair.
and top 12 Degrassi characters, and why are all of them Yale Baron from Degrassi Next Class?
As much as love this song. I love all the others a little bit better, but so I've got Levon at 8. Doug,
Honky Cat.
Brooklyn,
Alligator paper. Fuck. Sorry. Fuck.
Andrew,
Crocodile Rock.
Cameron,
Large lizard scissors. Komodo dragon scissors.
Alrighty.
Something about the way you
Oh,
look tonight.
This is where I lose the internet.
Sorry, I
Don't
need
you
to-
dare!
I'm daring.
Don't
I
you
need to choose my
dare!
marker.
I mean, the only person that's winning the internet is Charlie Sheen.
True.
That's true.
Tiger's
true.
blood.
I don't know, all the
Charlie-
memes I've seen.
Charlie Sheen, if you're winning, there's something wrong with the fucking scoreboard.
I wonder if Charlie Sheen got his tiger blood from the Tiger King.
I knew it.
Probably got it from that fucking bitch, Carol.
Yo, can we,
Carol.
yo, can we do top 12
What?
Joe Exotic songs?
Yes!
I saw a tiger, number 1.
Of course. I
Uh,
saw Tigers at all 12.
Doug, what do you have for 7?
Get the cat out, Honky Cat.
Brooklyn,
Fanny and the Jets.
Andrew,
What?
Benny and the Jets.
Cameron,
Benjamin and the Airplanes.
I've still got Levon.
I think that was the name. I think that was the name of my last punk rock band.
All right, now it gets tougher.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
It does.
You are all insane.
You know what?
You know what? Screw- I'm going for it.
Okay. Yeah.
We're taking a big swing.
No, no big swings.
Doug's worried about what's going to come up.
I'm taking my swing.
If it comes up,
If Bar and I are
if-
taking the same swing,
if
incredible.
you
I
both,
think
we
we
are.
might be. I think
hope we are.
Brooklyn,
Gimme the honky cat blues.
Andrew,
Tiny Dancer.
you
we-
son of a bitch!
We
Cameron,
didn't take the same big swing. Rocket Man.
I almost did. You know what? I'm going to switch mine to Rocket Man.
No.
Son of a bitch!
I put Levon.
I'm switching mine to Rocket Man.
You can't, Honky Cat, get out of there. It's
Nope,
a bad cat.
It's down to Malcolm now.
What are the rules on this, Malcolm?
I
He
mean,
can't change his answer.
No.
I mean,
It's
I
happened
was
before.
about to say, if Andrew legit wants to change to Rocket Man, it's
I
going to come down
legit
to
Rocket
In the words of the late great Reggie Flynn, may he rest in peace. A card laid is a card played.
We've switched answers before.
Not
Yeah.
not in the middle of a voting process.
Yes, we have.
Go back to bed. Just go back.
It's
but-
almost like the
I need
elections
to
haven't taught us that our
But
votes
either
don't
way,
matter.
but because he changed his vote, it throws it to me, and this is what's going to be 6.
Ah,
Trash.
No way.
Bar, would you have picked Levon over Honk? Would you have kept Levon or would you have kept Honky Cat?
I would have kept Levon.
Yeah. So there was no way of winning this. Unless Malcolm hates Tiny Dancer, but I don't think that's what's happening here. Actually,
Andrew.
no. Sorry, wait, hold up. Sorry.
Cam, don't you do this to me. Don't you do this to me.
I'm not doing this to hurt you. I'm doing this to save myself.
And Andrew, what
Actually,
do you
no,
have
I'm
for Scott?
changing again.
Is it my turn?
How many repeats do you get for submissions?
Rocket Man.
Cameron, what did you put it in?
Good old John Rocketman.
I put to Levon. Doug,
Levon. You want to play that game?
You're high.
You want to play that game?
She packed my bags last night. Pre-flight. 0 hour. 9 a.m. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. How we went the entire show without referencing that masterpiece.
Oh, the one that pulls the heartstrings.
And I think it's gonna be a long, long,
time. Till
So touchdown, bring me round again to find.
find.
Thank you, William.
So what
Fun fact,
about,
I once used-
what about left here? I did answer your song and leave on.
And Goodbye Yellow Brick
Goodbye
Road.
Yellow Brick Road.
And Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Andrew.
No, that's fine.
You know what I have to do here.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Kevin.
Yeah, this is
Unfortunately, we will not leave it on the list.
Leave on. Doug.
Leave on.
All
Brooklyn.
right, I'm gonna save mine because mine can't win.
And you're saving yourself as well, Andrew.
No, Tiny Dancer.
Boo!
beautiful.
Boo, you man! Boo!
And I'll leave it on my board. Nah, maybe not.
That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if this pays off.
We'll see. Let me see how much the internet hates me right now. Oh, yep, they hate me.
Oh yeah, I haven't checked how much. Am I still dead to Garth?
I don't think so.
I mean, he's still going to go to your funeral and play out Candle to the Wind for you. So,
Oh, well, you know
He's gonna play
what?
it
There's
badly
a
out of disrespect.
the silver lining.
Only on the bagpipes.
but yeah, for number 3, I'm going for Tony Danza.
Ooh.
Doug.
I want your song.
Brooklyn.
You can tell everybody that this is your song.
Andrew.
Blue jean, baby.
Cameron, there is a right answer here.
Miniature ballerina.
Yeah.
That's code for tiny dancer.
Yeah, no, I know.
So what do we got here? We got
It's Goodbye Yellow Brick Road or your song.
Oh, okay.
And we're writing down our number 1 and
I think I know where this is going.
I don't actually.
Well, I'll tell you right now, we're on StreamYard. This is called the internet. We're
I do know where
we're
this
on
is going.
Cameras, and this goes on
I do know
to
where this is going.
the thing called the internet.
So this is the www?
Yeah, this is www.aol.com.
Ah. No wonder it took 5 hours to get on here.
Oh, oh, good. I've got mail.
But Doug, what do you have for number 1?
Goodbye, Yellow Brick Road.
Brooklyn.
Where the dark house decided to die.
Andrew.
You can't plant me in your penthouse.
Cameron.
I'm going back to my pal.
This is the first time in the whole show we've actually all agreed on something.
Well, I knew I was winning because I was like, well, Brooklyn and Doug voted down your song, so they're definitely voting for Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, and so am I, so we're good. So mad about Daniel, though.
I had to make some choices.
Just to recap our top 12 Elton John songs. At number 12, I've seen that movie too.
It's a good song.
At 11, we've got Daniel.
Boo.
At 10, we got Circle of Life.
Boo!
At 9,
Should be lower.
Something about the way you look tonight. At 8, we got Crocodile Rock.
Yeah,
Seven,
be lower.
we got Betty and the Jets. At 6, we got Honky Cats.
Should be higher.
At 5, we've got Rocket Man.
Well, I'm
At 4, we've got Levon. At 3, we've got Tiny Dancer. At 2, we got Your Song. At 1, we got Goodbye Yellow Brick Road.
Goodbye, Yellow Brick Road.
But this was a fun list. But just to remind everyone because I made the announcement in the page, but next week is my birthday. And the episode is going to be
Go,
Top
Malcolm.
12.
It's your birthday.
Top 12 Glee episodes.
I've been waiting a year for this.
I've been putting on the poll a few times to try. I've even tried ranking of so much with Glee stuff, and there was one other TV one that ended up winning that time.
This might end up being a 3-hour episode.
I mean, there's
But yeah.
there's 121 episodes. We're picking
for-
10% of what's available.
But yeah, you will be seeing the two people directly to the side of me on that episode. But yeah, but that brings us in. There's really not much else we can say about this. But Brooklyn, where can people find you on the interwebs?
On Multiplex doing 1.5 shows. Multiplex Miscellaneous Sundays at 9 EST with these beautiful bastards there everywhere here. But yeah, we're doing a teams match for the first time tomorrow. It is going to be it's going to be a really fun time. And as well, every other Monday I do Jukebox Jam Session. Andrew has been a guest. Cameron is our most recent guest. Doug and Malcolm will be on eventually, but our guest next Monday is going to be Luca Hopefeld-Nada, the former Jukebox Trivia Champion. Definitely the most eclectic mix. I will tell you that.
What? It's not me with Big Time Rush in the Glee cast?
Oh, you are in for a treat, my friend.
Andrew, where can people find you on the interwebs?
Well, you sure as hell can't find me on Instagram or Twitter. You can find me on Letterboxd. Andrew Barr, one word with the A and the P of both names capitalized. You can also find me, writing questions around the leagues. You can find me on shows such as Rankum. Thank you for having me on, Malcolm. And Multiplex Miscellaneous. And I have a match tomorrow on Tony's League, which should be fun. So watch that.
Yep.
Oh, I should also probably say go join the New British Empire Facebook page. Yada.
And also the man I want to give a big a round of applause to for offering to jump in last minute. Cameron, where can people find you online?
Yeah, you can find me on Letterboxd at I think it's just C Holzman. I'm gonna double check that a second. It's either C Holzman or it's Cam Holzman. At C Holzman, CHOLZMANN. I review pretty much every movie I watch. Do I do legitimate reviews? Nah, I just write one sentence reviews. Like my review for Onward was just, it's like if Bright was a good movie. I'm not wrong.
You're not.
You can find me running shows here. You can find me on the show next week where we talk about Glee, and I probably will get even more heated and angry than I was tonight. You can find me competing over at Multiplex. You can find me on Jukebox Jam Session with Brooklyn, where you can hear me talk not about Elton John, but about the Glee cast, Big Time Rush, and Broadway. You can find me competing on Multiplex Miscellaneous when I can. And in regards to the teams matches, all I got to say is, bring it on. Inside jokes.
Doug, where can people find you online?
Yeah, I'm over here on Take 3. I'm also a part of this wonderful faction called the Kingsmen.
Oh yeah, shit, I'm a part of that too.
Yeah, he is. He's right there. He's the conductor, and I'm the Irishman. Check us out. Running things over at Multiplex right now because our faction is probably one of the best factions in the league right now. What up? Don't challenge us. We have a 14-3 record. What up? We'll drop bombs on you guys all day.
Not all of those matches are public yet.
Shill nothing. But yeah,
Chill.
we're over in Multiplex, where I have fun and hang out and do Multiplex miscellaneous every now and then, and that's a lot of fun. Come try out, guys.
You can find me over on Take 3 Productions hosting this. You can also find me this week hosting a couple of Full Metal Randoms. There will be two. There'll be one live one which is all about Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars. But there's another one which I'll be pre-recording. The other one I'm pre-recording is I threw out a challenge last year, and people wanted to take me up on it, knowing my taste in movies. But Brian Michaels, Jay Burns, and Mark Kamai are going to be competing in a movie's Malcolm Loves Full Metal Random match. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. But until next week, keep listing shit.
So goodbye.